Alright, so welcome back everyone. A little bit different than a typical video, anything goes Sunday video as always. We're going to actually clean up this workbench that I have here. I'm going to do a little bit of organization as well as clean this up and talking a little bit about this. It's not going to be a typical ASMR video as YouTube considers ASMR to be like whispering and, you know, tickling and weird stuff like that. I don't know. It's just not my forte. And then maybe we'll come over here and work on this bench as well. We'll see how well time goes, but as you guys know, I'm not the best packer in the world. I also, whenever I use something, I kind of just throw it down. Always got like a million different projects going on. I never really sit down and organize. You know, when you do, you know, as many random projects that I have done in my life, it's kind of like you just throw it wherever. So organization is my best thing. So we're going to sit down and actually organize this. And hopefully it's therapeutic for some people, as well as, you know, if you guys want to chime in, I should say, about what things are. I'm probably going to have a couple questions here, but kind of cool. Some of these things I know as well. Some subscribers have sent me, like this, for example. I used that actually to repair a piece of furniture not too long ago. So thank you for all that, and we'll kind of get into this, and we're going to clean this bad boy off. All right, so I got some trimmer line, all sorts of messed up here. 0.95 trimmer line. All right, so trimmer line is actually going to go into a top shelf up here. Oh. Drop the flashlight. The flashlight will stay here because I do use that a lot. We have, it looks like, some sanding seal, which then goes up here, which this will be a whole nother situation one day. This is kind of my sprays and my urethane. As you see, I have quite a collection of polyurethane up there. I also noticed down here is another chainsaw file. As you see, we have a stink bug problem. I don't know if that guy shows up on camera right here. He doesn't. He's gone. But get yourself some chainsaw files. Alright, so we got more seal. I'm going to try to keep all the sealants together. This is bar chain oil. I do have quite a collection down here. More bar chain oil, so I'll put that together. Throw away this small mixer. So we have that oil. We also have some paint. Looks like possibly some spray paint, which will go into my spray paint section. Throw these things. This will go back into its original owner, which would be right here. The Reba tools. If you guys saw my chainsaw video, you would see that completely destroyed the 1/4 inch adjustable screwdriver socket thing. These two are sprays, so they're going away. So what we have here, we have some steel 2-cycle engine oil. This is the mix. That'll keep up with all the other oils. Some Gorilla Glue. This is always clutch to keep. I'll keep that one over there. Keep that one over there. We have a screwdriver as well as a pen. What is random plastic bag? We don't need that. However, you can probably throw garbage in there if you find some, which is probably what. Where did I put that other trimmer line? I think I put up top 2 more things of trimmer line. plastic bag. Actually, probably throw a lot of this used trimmer line in there. It's actually kind of funny. These are my sunglasses, which I've been looking for probably the last 8 or 10 months. These I actually wore for baseball. They're Oakley M frames. They are completely shot, but I used to wear these whenever I did like yard work. Old Home Depot receipt. Some electrical tape, which is probably going to be helpful in the future. This is the thing that I broke, but this one isn't broken, so I could probably substitute this one into the other case. This goes with my electrical stuff. So, although I don't know much about electrical stuff, I do have quite the collection of wing nuts, cable clamps, splices, terminals, as well as wire down there. That's kind of my whole area of electrical stuff, which, well, I don't really get into much. We have Critter Ritter. It's going to go over here. We also have some garden spray for your pests. Don't know if I'll really be using Critter Ritter around here, so this will probably go down to the garage. This I still use. This is glue, so where's my other glue? I'll put my glues with my paints up top. It's glazing and spot putty. What do we have here? Steel. This is for a, okay, so yeah, this is the one that I have. Why did I never open it? Did I ever open it? What is this? Well, those are, alright. It's probably good that I opened this. These are protective glasses in there, and this is just an Allen key, which probably I need for something. So I will put this top. Oh, that's where. Okay. Very nice vintage piece here. People's Coal Supply Company. Coal and lumber. Out of, you guys might be able to see, STOCKERTOWN, Pennsylvania. So, I've been meaning to put this up with my collection over here. I do have a People's, oh, that's another one. So I have another one up here as well as this one. I wonder if I should. Alright, well, I see exactly what I did. I went ahead and just put a push pin through it. However, I do have quite the collection of random stuff up here. Maybe one day we'll go through all this stuff. Alright, it's up there. Alright, these. So you see we have more polyurethane. The stupid thing about polyurethane, you go and buy it, it's like $8 for this thing, or $12 for this. This is wildly expensive. Alright, this is broken. It's cracked. So I don't need this. These are my gloves. I used to wear these actually non-stop. As you guys see, I switched over to this style of gloves. I used to wear these orange and blue ones, for trash picking in the winter because they were a little bit more insulated. However, they get really, really hot in the good old summer months. Why do I have more Critter Ritter? Found more garbage on the floor. Hey, we found another one of these. I have about 4 screwdrivers here. I would have never believed it. 2, 3, 4. 4 screwdrivers. Can't believe it. Alright, safety glasses, need those. These safety glasses, need those. These safety glasses, I guess I need those. I mean, I don't really need 5 safety glasses, but why not, right? This, we'll get to that, just in the way right now. This one's for Lowe's. Knapsack like that. So one thing I used to do, as you guys see, here's a whole bunch of trimmer line. So on my old trimmers, my weed whackers, you'd have to insert each little slice like this. It wouldn't be like an auto feeder like they are now. So I used to cut them all. I put this in my little knapsack, my nails and stuff, and walk around and weed whack with this on. I'd also wear this because inside the weed whacker, say like this for example, one of these, they'd be like that. As you see, it kind of be like that when you look at it. This whole part will get clipped off from, you know, hitting concrete or rocks or something, so it'd be pretty much nothing left. If you got it down to the point where it was so low, you'd have to kind of pick it out with this, or kind of pick it inward to get it out when you took it apart. It sucked. It absolutely sucked. So I'm very thankful that times have kind of changed. That's why I carried around these 2 things. That's bringing back a lot of memories. However, I'll probably be keeping this, but I'm throwing away that nail bag. Because, well, I already have like 7 now. Antique ones, vintage ones, collectible ones. I don't even use them. All this stuff. Thrown away. Dirty glove, probably don't need that. What the heck is this? Someone wrote me a note that I have no recollection ever of looking at this. So if you guys want to take a gander at that and try to figure it out, drop a comment down below on what you possibly think this is. Because I have no clue. So that is that. Alright, this is the chain that I used for my Husqvarna that everyone said was too loose. So I'm going to keep that probably because I need a new one. This is an old chain which I have no idea which this goes to, so we're going to just scrap this. If you guys are kind of new to the channel, half this stuff comes from auctions, and literally, like, I probably invested like $3 into all this. And if you're ever interested in like buying loose chain, like I found another one. If you're ever interested in buying this stuff, like you can go to an auction. If they have a garage at the estate auction, there's a very good possibility if there's any land that you'll find a box of loose chain that literally sells for less than scrap, because unless you know how to match this up perfectly with another one, the teeth size, the angle, all that kind of stuff you'd have to know. Another very helpful thing I would like to educate people on is that it's often, I never wear this. This is, I think, a strap for your weed whacker. I would never wear this. It's often cheaper to just spend like another $5 or $6 to buy a brand new chain than it is to get it professionally sharpened, unless you know how to sharpen. This is like something from the 1970s. So it's often cheaper just to buy a new one as opposed to professionally sharpen it. This is solid as a rock. Here we have some screws, which I guess I'll be a hoarder of these and add them to my collection of screws. screws, screws, screws. They're all individually labeled. However, those are all machine bolts and washers and nuts and flats. I do keep my screws down here, which I don't have very many of. So those I try to keep labeled. However, screws, I have like, what, 15 or so options, 18 options. Get rid of those, like 14 options. All right, so the workbench is almost complete. These, I believe, are for your chainsaw. It's just a plastic bag. These I sold a ton of, and I must have had an odd amount. If you guys haven't checked out my auction videos, I went to an on-site Farm Bureau auction, and I probably bought like 100 of these packages, and I bought larger ones. I ended up selling the smaller ones on eBay. I think it's like 3 for like 12 bucks. I invested probably like $100 into everything. I sold an absolute ton. They took forever to sell. However, these are more oils that you mix with your gas. I can't sit here and advertise for this company because, to be honest, I really don't even know the difference between this and other 5,000 brands out there that you use for mix. Keep those. This I need. I have one of these. It's antique, which I don't know, this might have came off my front door. I want to put over here because, well, add it to the random collection of junk. Just add it to the random collection of junk up here. That will go through one time. Those look like all antique stuff and very, very cool items. Alright. Throw that in there. We have a bunch of steel wool. Looked like a mouse got into that, so we're not keeping that. These are old bug things to kill bugs. Don't need that anymore. This thing's probably from 2012. I never even knew I had this. What size is 0.95, so I'll keep that. I generally like the bigger stuff. I think goes down to 0.65. That stuff is terrible whenever you try to trim any sort of grass or weeds higher than probably 3 inches. Disposable gloves. Can definitely use these during these times, so I'm going to definitely keep these. More screwdrivers, one of these. We'll talk about that in a second. This is a very dirty rag, which we'll just chuck. It's got bat crap all over the back. Try to get everything off the screen. This chain is still, hey, you see this? No sorts of numbers. When you deal with someone who has no clue what this stuff is, it can be a disaster. However, since it has all these numbers on it, I'm going to assume whatever those numbers mean is for whatever chainsaw it goes to. Don't ask me about the bar size, because I have no idea if this would fit whatever, but hey, there you go. Alright, that's that. Here's a whole bag of moldy used gloves. We probably don't want to keep those. Wow. We have a file or a rasp, a whole bunch of screws, nails. This, another one of these. Alright, so this is garbage. What we have here left is that, this rasp. It looks like it's about it over here. So I'm going to actually try to find a dustpan broom. We have this vintage Pittsburgh company broom. We'll still talk about that one thing. We'll get to this. That's shot. That's no good. Nothing like storing empty bottles. Uh-oh. Alright, so we got that all cleaned. Alright, so that's finally cleaned. I guess I'll keep, I still have to keep this kind of as a bench to store things or put things on it. I don't use this really for scrap metal, it's just right next to the door. So, that's that. I did kind of want to talk about this, and I thought I might have one laying around, so I actually went ahead and just stopped that clip right there. I thought I might have one laying around. I'll actually take a quick look, but it's actually a shape of a heart, so I'll actually tell you what I was doing. But I don't think I have any laying around. So what I was doing at one time was I went out and bought this. I was originally just using this radial arm saw. Bunch of junk up here. However, I was bringing in a log or a branch. I was laying it down, and then I was pulling this through. I was making little rounds or discs or pucks, whatever you like to call it. But I can only fit about 2.5 inch in diameter log or branch up here. But I was making those discs. It was fine for this. However, I went out and bought this. Bought out this chop saw. I bought that on Facebook. At the time, they were selling for about like $250, $300 on or at Home Depot. I think I paid $80 for it. And the only reason why I bought this was because I can fit 3 to 4 inch rounds on to this machine. And I was cutting them 3 inch or 4 inch rounds, and you'll see whenever you try to sell these rounds or pucks or slices or discs, whatever you like to call them, on eBay, the bigger sizes sell much quicker and you make a lot more money. And at the time, I was branding them with this Heart brand. I ended up getting a Deer brand as well. I put it into a fireplace, and I was branding these discs, and I was selling them for like $4 to $5 each. The biggest trick with that was you had to have the right wood, it had to be straight, and the bark couldn't really come off of it, which pretty much eliminates like 3/4 of the kind of trees around here. So that was kind of cool. I did end up selling a bunch with this. If you guys are interested, you can probably do that for your own crafting. This branding iron, I don't know how much it costs on eBay. I think I spent like $20 for it. There was a bunch of different other kinds. I think there was a peace sign, stuff like that. The big trick with this was you had to get it perfectly even in terms of heatness. You would see the metal was red, as well as you kind of had to get it right in the center. And there was a whole trick to it. But if you're interested in doing it, it was kind of fun. It's a great crafting project as well. But that's going to wrap it up. Finally cleaned off this one piece right here. Made a lot more space, and actually threw away quite a bit in here. It's about 1/5 or 1/4 of here. It kind of really was mostly just rags that I threw away, but always perfect to do some cleaning, especially now. Now's a great time to get out and do some spring cleaning. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit different here on the Sunday video. Thank you for coming along for another vlog, and I'll catch up with you guys next time for next adventure. Until next time, have a great day. Keep living a dream. Peace.